Imagine walking down the streets of a major city, and on the sidewalk is a 10-ounce bar of silver. That could be yours, but you might have to fight for it. That's what we're going to be talking about in this video, a $100,000 treasure hunt for gold and silver. Let's explore. From the world of MMA, everyone knows who Conor McGregor is, the Irish fighter. But nonetheless, there is a giveaway for $100,000 worth of gold and silver in a treasure hunt. According to this piece here from Talksport.com, this is a pretty big deal. Not necessarily because it's a big treasure hunt. We've seen that before. In fact, I've covered several different stories like this in the past, but this one is different because it involves an MMA fighter, and most of the silver and gold is going to be dispersed within a major city in the world, Dublin, Ireland. Yes, indeed. Now, that means that there's going to be a lot of people scrambling for this gold and silver. I tell you, I can't make it to Dublin, Ireland to be able to partake in this, but if you are in that city or anywhere near it, well, this may be something for you to check out. It's going to be a bit of a challenge to find some of it. We're going to get into this piece from Talksport.com, but before we do that, I want to thank the folks at Summit Metals for sponsoring this channel. SummitMetals.com, elevate your wealth. Check them out for very competitive pricing and safe browsing in order to find your precious metals. Yes, indeed. In this case here, though, there is a big move. There was a big post over at X that talks about this from Tracks NYC. Conor McGregor has teamed up with this celebrity jeweler on this effort. $100,000 worth of bars and coins have been hidden around the Irish capital, with locals combing the area in the masses to find the precious metals. Track NYC, who has built up a significant social media following for similar generous gestures, uploaded a video to Instagram and X of him holding the gold and silver around various locations in Dublin. It's pretty clever where he had stashed some of the stuff because he shows you on camera. Some has been stashed in a well-known landmark such as the Molly Malone statue and City Hall, but others will prove much harder to find. Tracks NYC has thrown several of the lavish gifts into rivers and forests in an attempt to draw out the scavenger hunt for longer. So yes, dispersing in quite a wide array of different locations, but I think all of it is fairly close to Dublin, Ireland. You might have to go for a swim for that ounce right there, said Tracks NYC as he tossed a handful of treasure into a river. The kilos of silver and the ounces of gold have got a phone number on them, so you can text him when you find them. Yes, it is something else. You're responsible for your own safety and the safety of the people around you. It might be a mad scramble for those easier to find places, and so you choose to look out for the treasure all over the great city of Dublin. We've even got a statue of Conor in silver stashed out there. Some of the coins include Black Forge Inn gift cards, while McGregor's pub has been littered with gold and silver as well. For the people of Ireland, gold and silver, prosperity for the people of Ireland, said McGregor. It isn't the first time McGregor has given back to his fans. Last year, he raffled off a £200,000 Lamborghini Urus plus 20,000 pounds in spending money for just 89 pence per entry. While the Irishman remains in the headlines for his actions outside of the octagon, McGregor hasn't competed inside since breaking his leg against Dustin Poirier back in July of 2021. He was scheduled to return to the sport on June 29th at UFC 303. However, the fight was canceled after McGregor pulled out of the bout with a broken toe. His luck has not been very good so far. So, yes, so McGregor's on the sidelines, but he is in the news now with this major giveaway. And it is something. I'm going to post a link down in the description below to the X post with this. It's quite entertaining to watch, and it's brutal for a number of different reasons. I think one of the biggest is for those of us who are into precious metals, and even though it's mostly bullion, we would never take gold and silver coins and just toss them out on the street or in a creek or anything like that. But that's exactly what happened. Just kind of throwing them out there, letting them jingle with each other. Definitely, clanking and clinging and dinking and dinging each other is certainly not something that we like to see as precious metals enthusiasts. We like to see our coins and our bars, not marked up a whole lot, But nonetheless, it's a giveaway. We can't complain. And sort of a brutal nature of how that stuff was just tossed and bantied about, for sure, is quite an intriguing thing. But something like this is also so important because it brings more attention and headlines to what gold and silver are. The X post alone got well over 1 million views, and likely on Instagram as well. So it just brings up the fact that this is making sports media news and major news out there, gold and silver. And I think it's a great thing for sure. For the cause of gold and silver stacking and understanding the value that they have. And it gets people excited and researching, and more than likely of the people who will participate in the treasure hunt, or maybe even not, and just see that post, may get turned on to gold and silver and research it and find out really what they are and the value that they hold and have held for thousands of years. So it's fascinating and a great thing, and I think it's wonderful that Trax NYC does this as well, too. Known for things like this that he has done in the past. Certainly brings attention to his organizations and himself, but also just as a good way to really educate the public. And I think that is the biggest takeaway from this giveaway that we can take from this, is that it is educational and it is something that brings value and education to folks out there about sound money, which is what gold and silver are. So if you are in Ireland or anywhere near there and care to make a trip, who knows, you might still have some luck finding it. Now, he threw some into a creek, had a fairly fast-moving, current. My guess is probably that is going to be difficult to really get unless you have the right equipment and can get in there. And maybe a underground metal detector or underwater metal detector to be able to search and find it out. There's other things as well thrown in fields and other places that may take a little longer to kind of find. But one thing that intrigued me about this is for all these places that the gold and silver were thrown about, my guess is they had to get permission from either the city, landowners, and organizations and businesses close to where these gold and silver was dispersed in order to make this thing happen. And landowners out there where that was thrown into fields and alike in the countryside. My guess is they had to get a lot of permission in order to do this, because if you think about it, think if any of us as property owners, or if you own a home or rent a property or anything like that, and somebody throws gold and silver there, say, hey, it's near this location, what have you, and you get strangers bantering about on your property, you don't want that. So there's a lot of things that probably that are involved in making this happen. So that is not lost on me when I think about this activity and this story. Wow, what an amazing thing. And good on Conor McGregor and Trax NYC for this. I think it's a great, wonderful thing for sure to be able to see this thing happen. The post over at Trax NYC says, me and Conor stick to our word. And we're out here giving away $100,000 of gold and silver out in Dublin. The more support we can get, the more we can do it for the world and give out this gold and silver. So that's great. So they may do more of this. And who knows who Track NYC may partner with next to make this thing happen. But yeah, it is a wild to see. He's got a whole hand pile of silver coins. I saw Austrian Philharmonics in there as well, too. Sorry, I don't have one of those to show you here, but that and others, he just takes it and just tosses it and you hear it clang as it goes through the air out into a field and other locations. So fascinating indeed. Let me know what your thoughts are about this story. It's something we can all just dream of finding out in public. A ounce of gold, or a 10-ounce silver bar, and various different silver coins. It's pretty amazing. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. Hope you found this video informative, insightful, and educational. Would like to extend a multitude of gratitude to each and every one of you for taking the time to watch, and to encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.